Alright, so here is the Mollegabet with the finished backing. Well, kind of finished backing. All I did for this step is, once the backing had completely dried and it all turned that kind of translucent color, like if you still have white patches, then it's not done. And then I just took a knife and I ran it really close along the edge, and you can see there's still a lot hanging off there. That's all I did. And now, what I'll do probably is I'll either take like the draw knife and just run along and cut glue and that fiberglass stuff off the edge, or I'll take sandpaper and stuff. I'm not really sure yet, but that's pretty self-explanatory. You just pick your favorite method, get all that stuff off the edge, and then do one last coat of sanding on the bottom if you want, and then I'll show you how to stain it too. So there's a bowstring on it too, by the way. I might as well show you how to adjust that. Alright, so I think you can see that. Here, alright, so how you adjust a bowstring. Just pull that off there. So if this was too long, which it kind of is a little bit, I'll look at the twists on this, and whichever way doesn't make it unravel, you just keep twisting, and you can do, I don't know, however much you want. And usually the string should be like 2 inches shorter than the knock, so that's about good. I'll just throw that on there. This is actually a lot heavier draw than I thought it was going to be. And so there. Now it's string up. I'm going to finish off that fiberglass stuff and sand it down, and then I'll come back to you and we can stain it, put the finishing touches on, and then we'll have a finished bow. So that'll be great. So there it is, finished bow right there. Everything we're doing from now on is just aesthetic touches. You could put a bowstring on this and go shoot it as much as you like. It won't break, well, for a while at least. It'll last you a long time, and it's done now. You can go shoot it, and what we're gonna do now is just put on those finishing touches and make it look nice. So just a couple things that you should notice too is that if you look at that, it doesn't sit flat on the table, and that's because every time we put it on the tillering tree, or every time we test out the draw weight, it puts a little bit of flex in the bow, and that just kind of makes it easier to put a string on and stuff like that. And you know, it comes just when you're sending down the bow, so that's why it's curved a little bit. I didn't heat bend it or anything like that. The limbs are pretty even. In a minute I'm going to take it up and go see what the draw weight is on it, and that's pretty easy to do. You just take your tillering tree and you put it on a bathroom scale, and then you put the bow on top here and then pull the string down all the way to the 28-inch mark, or whatever your draw length is, and then the bathroom scale will read you the draw weight. I think this one's probably around 45 or 50, I don't know, somewhere around there. But yeah, I'll tell you that in a couple minutes when we get ready to start staining. It's pretty much sanded down smooth. There's some spots that are rough, but that's alright. It'll all work out. I marked this end down, no, it was down here. This end right here with a B for the bottom limb, because this is the end. This was a limb that was slightly heavier than the other one. So you always put the heavy limb on the bottom. The lighter limb goes on the top. It kind of reduces hand shock a little bit. But yeah, other than that, we're done now. I'll put up another video or two on doing aesthetic stuff, and then we'll be done. So I'm gonna go test the draw weight on this, and then we'll stain it. So bye. Alright, so we're ready to start staining. The bow came in at just around 47, 46 pounds, right around there, so right where I thought it was. To be safe, I probably should have used 14 strands of Dacron for the bowstring, but I think it'll work out fine. The stain I got here is that Minwax stuff that I showed you. I just shook it up and opened it. I'll show you what it looks like. Here's just a scrap wood compared with normal wood. This part's been stained right there. I'll probably do 2 coats, and really this is just easy. All you do is take like a rag or paper towel or something and dip it in and just spread it, and then I'll work it into the wood with my fingers later. Really, I get this stuff on my hands all the time. It doesn't really bother me. And I'll flip it over to the sides. I know you can't see this, but and I only wetted that once. It's just all the excess stuff, and I've got some on my table that I can pick up and use too. Okay, on this back here, just put a layer over because this makes it blend in better. Doesn't hold too well on the glue, but and when you're doing this, pay special attention to the knocks, the string knocks, and they don't want to go most times. And special attention to the very end, because sometimes this doesn't get done very well. Alright, now I'm just going to take my hand and go over this. Oh, I didn't get the ends here. Getting the knocks in there. And any place there was glue, it'll show up lighter, as you can probably see there. But, I don't know, it doesn't look bad. That's a really beautiful color on that bottom there, on the belly there. And so that's pretty much it. What you can do from here is, what I did on the last one, is I took leather and I cut out a rectangle and I stitched it around there, which is, I'll show you that, I got the bow right here anyways. You can see there, I don't know, it turned out okay. I think what I'll try for this one is getting some strips of leather and wrapping them around when they're wet, and then when they dry they'll be tight. But I don't know, it's really up to you. From here you could do whatever you want pretty much. I think also what I'll do is I'll take a scrap from what was left over from the limbs, like that, and then I'll cut an arrow rest out and contour it to the handle and then glue it on there. Stain that too. But yeah, from here it's pretty much finished. So I'll probably have a video of me shooting it and you can see what it does. But that might be later when it warms up. It's cold in the Midwest right now. Yeah, so that's the end of that. And I'll see you next time, guys.